Have you ever filmed something that just was shaky and seemed to be unusable? Well, today I'm going to show you how to fix that in Premiere Pro, and it's easier than you think. Welcome to CreativeHUB CC. My name is Vince, and today we're going to talk about how to stabilize footage in Premiere Pro. Stabilizing your footage is one of the easiest things that you can do to make your video stand out from the rest of the crowd. Sometimes as run and gun shooters, we don't have the time to set up a tripod or the luxury of using a gimbal. But effectively, learning how to use the Warp Stabilize plugin in Adobe Premiere can help you level up your videos. Alright, the first step we're going to do is get into Premiere.
Alright, now that we're in Premiere, we're going to start. We have these 3 clips. This first clip is a static clip. The second clip is a clip with motion in it. It just pans from right to left or left to right from your view. The third clip is a slow motion clip. So let's add stabilization to the clip. It's really easy. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the footage that you want to stabilize. Then you're going to go to the effects panel and you're going to type in Warp Stabilizer. And then you're going to grab it and just drag and drop it onto the clip. So the first thing you're going to see is it's analyzing in the background. Basically what it's doing is taking in all the information of the clip and it's going to process it to try to straighten out everything and take all the wiggles out and all that. Right here in effects control you can see what's happening. It says stabilizing and there you go. Whoa, there you go. You see that right at the beginning? You see that little wobble that happened? All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the Warp Stabilizer and then in where it says subspace warp, you're gonna change that just to position. And instead of 50 on the smoothness, what you're gonna do is you're gonna add 30. You're gonna go down a little bit. Okay, now once that's done, you can actually see it's a lot smoother. You don't have that little warp that it had at the beginning. And it's that simple. All right, now in the second clip, after we tried the Warp Stabilizer, we're gonna try a new technique to try to get it a little bit more stable. As you can see, you're gonna have to look for something in your frame that's still the whole time. For us, it's gonna be this microphone. So what we're gonna do is go to the effects control panel. We're gonna click on this little pen tool and we're just gonna create a rough mask around that microphone. So this rough little mask, what we're gonna do is we're gonna animate it so that it follows that microphone through the whole shot. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to mask path and you're going to click on that and then you're going to move over a little bit in your timeline and then you're going to grab the mask and have it follow that top of that mic. So after you do that, what you'll have is this, basically a rough mask that follows that microphone pad. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on Invert and you can kind of see where that mask goes. And now we're going to add our Warp Stabilization. We're going to go to effects panel. We're going to grab the Warp Stabilization. We're going to just drop it on there. It's going to analyze all of this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to underneath the Warp Stabilization. There's a tab called Advanced and we're going to click Detailed Analysis. And then on the smoothness, what we're going to do is we're going to drop it down to 25. Also on the Preserve Scale, we're going to do not Sub Warp, we're going to do Perspective. And there you go, we have that clip stabilized. All right, the next clip we're going to do is this clip. This is a slow motion clip. All these clips were shot in 120 so that we would have the option of putting these in slow motion. There you go, you can see that slow motion in effect right there. We're going to click on that footage and we're going to try to drop the Warp Stabilization on it. And what you notice is you're going to get a Warp Stabilization and speed cannot be used on the same clip. So you can't slow down your clip or have the Warp Stabilizer on it. But there's a workaround. You're going to click on the footage and you're going to right click and you're going to go to Nest. You can name this whatever you want. And then you're going to grab the Warp Stabilizer and then drop it on that clip. And voila, you're going to start seeing it work right away. So what you do when you nest it is you're nesting it into the specifications of the sequence. So if it's 24 frames per second, it's going to nest to that. If it's 60 frames, it'll nest to that, just depending on your settings that you have. And this shot is pretty static, so we're going to put position. We just want it to stay still. And we're probably going to drop the smoothness to 25 or 30. And there you go, you just stabilized that slow-mo clip.
Well, I hope that helped you understand how to stabilize footage in Premiere Pro. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. And if you will, hit that like button ring the bell, and we will see you next week.